What is going on, guys? Wonderman Boxing. Let's dive into this knockout that Tank Davis did on Rolly Romero, as expected. I don't even know who had Rolly Romero winning this fight since the beginning. Everybody knew that Tank Davis was going to knock out Rolly Romero. Myself, a lot of YouTube channels, even the odds were, lopsided. They were all for Tank Davis, and as expected. I was very surprised that Rolly Romero was doing this good against Tank Davis. I had him actually winning the fight before he got knocked out. And it was very surprising to me because Tank Davis, he's at another level. His skills is way too superb for someone like a Rolly Romero. So Rolly Romero was actually tailor-made for Tank Davis to knock him out. Let's just keep it real. He was just being very patient and caught him with a nice left hand, and he was out. Rolly Romero got up, and he didn't even know where he was at. The honest truth. But let's talk about the honest truth. And the thing is that Rolly Romero was never a good matchup for Tank Davis. Never. He was a contender for Tank Davis. Tank Davis, like I said, he's too skillful for Rolly Romero. That Rolly Romero, at one point, at one round, he was going to get knocked out. You know what I mean? It was like, it's kind of like when Canelo Alvarez knocked out Amir Khan. Amir Khan was never a matchup for Canelo Alvarez. You know what I mean? The only fighter... Oh, and I'm talking about this because Rolly Romero, after the fight, he said, I had him running. I definitely want a rematch against Gervonta Tank Davis. Well, if we're going to talk about rematches, the only person that actually deserves a rematch, if there's a rematch, which I doubt it, because at this point, I personally think that Tank Davis should fight the top level fighters like Devin Haney, George Kambosos, Lomachenko, even throw Shakur Stevenson in there. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say is that if there was a rematch ever to be made with a certain fighter for Tank Davis, and the one that actually truly deserves a rematch because this guy actually gave him the run for his money, and a lot of people actually had him winning, and a lot of people thought that it was a draw, is Pitbull Isaac Cruz. Pitbull Isaac Cruz is the only fighter that has given Tank a run for his money. Let's just keep it real. Rolly Romero, my respects to him, and I wish him nothing but the best in his career. And he could always bounce back from a loss and improve in his defense. He needs to improve in his defense because he leaves himself too wide open, and that's exactly what happened in the fight, and that's why Tank Davis got him out of there. You know what I mean? As expected, like I said. It was all hype. It was tailor-made. It was already made for Tank Davis. I mean, you guys saw after the fight, you guys saw the punching stats. It was very, very, very close. So a lot of people were saying that the punching stats were completely wrong before the knockout. Because in the beginning, Tank Davis wasn't doing that much. Because Rolly Romero, was chasing him and he was actually punching him. He was catching him with some nice shots. But he was never hurt in the fight. You know what I mean? This is where Tank Davis showed his maturity. And he said, you know what? I'm going to be very patient. And I'm going to counter punch him. And it's going to be lights out. And that's exactly what happened. And that's why Tank Davis, like I said, he's at another level. And that's why he has to fight another level type of fighters to give him a run for his money. And that's the thing, man. You know what I mean? Like, Rolly Romero's not getting this rematch. I don't want to see this rematch. Nobody wants to see this rematch. And like I said, if anybody deserves a rematch against Tank Davis, is Isaac Pitbull Cruz, because he was the only one that gave him a run for his money. And a lot of people thought that he won, and a lot of people thought he had a draw. You know what I'm saying? But, at the end of the day, congratulations to Tank Davis. As expected, him knocking him out. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? At this point, I would love to see Gervonta Tank Davis fight, the winner of Devin Haney versus George Kambosos Jr., that will be a hell of a fight. A hell of a fight because, both of these guys, that will be, another level type of fight. Like I said, it's not going to be a contender. It's not going to be a contender like a Rolly Romero. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, guys, keep tuning in, keep supporting boxing. I'm out.